What's going on, guys? Your boy Maze. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the updated Labyrinth, guys, as of March 5th, 2024. So this is Season 9 Labyrinth here, and we're going to be going over the complete guide here so you guys are able to beat it relatively easily, guys. So in this video, we're going to be going over pretty much my strategy of how I went through the entire Labyrinth here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys my recommendations for passes and like how to go about the kind of the tower here and which directions you should be going and all of that. If you guys do like videos like this, definitely make sure to like and subscribe as per always. And yeah, guys, I mean, the first character pick right there is going to be random, so that is something that I can't really, you know, tell you guys which character specifically to pick, as it's going to be dependent on your account. So randomly you'll just get, like, you know, an assortment of characters, and you kind of have to like judge which one is going to be the best for you. Now for me, I as you guys saw in the video, I got Blue Jericho, and she was the one that I decided would be pretty good. Now for this first buff choice right here, you always got to take the Awakening Star over the enhanced, guys. That's always going to be a lot better in terms of, you know, buffing your characters early on. You get more stats from Awakening than you would enhance. Enhance is nice, but you're going to get that naturally just by fighting enemies anyway. And then right here on the recruit hero, we did take Droll because I was like, okay, he is blue, and Jericho obviously for her passive is going to be 10% attack related stats, right, for the blue attribute. So that was going to be another really good thing I was going to be able to do. And yeah, I mean, this first early bit here, guys, is nothing too crazy, but pretty much the idea is that I'm trying to build up a team as fast as possible. By the last fight of the first, you know, like floor of the tower here of the Labyrinth, you have to make sure that you get a full team just so that you're able to out CC the boss. Because I don't know the exact CC of the boss, but I know you need 4 characters to be able to do that. So yeah, just make sure that you're collecting characters along the way, guys, and you should have like a fairly good kind of road through the first bit of the tower here, or the Labyrinth, I mean. But yeah, I mean, we're going through pretty easily here, guys. That first bit was not that bad. In terms of passives and what you always want to be going for, guys, I do recommend, obviously, you know, damage dealt passes per gauge are really good because you're always going to be using skills. Attack percent buffs are going to be really good too, and so right there I decided to take the 5% damage dealt because it was going to be per buff right there. But yeah, man, I mean, a lot of this, guys, is going to be kind of just knowing, you know, what works in Grand Cross, right? Obviously, you know, knowing characters' passives, knowing characters' skills and their abilities. That's going to be really, really important when going through the Labyrinth, because if you are a player that doesn't really know character kits, you might make the mistake of picking the wrong character, or, you know, making the wrong decision in terms of a passive, right? So that's going to be another thing that definitely comes into clutch with the Labyrinth. And one more thing I do want to mention, guys, is that you also always want to be taking the buff that actually comes whenever you get to those like boxes. So I think we are coming up on a box here, and then we can kind of talk about what we would pick there. In terms of this one right here, I think I did just take the crit chance, yep, because it's just free crit chance right there. And yeah, we do have another fight here, but yeah, I'll come back then, guys, to when we get to a box. But pretty much TLDR is you always want to take those attack, defense, or HP buffs, because those are going to be really, really good, man. Every time you get one of those buffs, it's going to be forever. So no matter how many times you do the Labyrinth, you will keep those buffs at the very least, and the first few buffs of them do give really good substats, so you definitely want to make sure you get them, man. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the first part of the Labyrinth right there. I'll come back when we do get to the box, and I'll explain it a little bit better there. But there you guys go, man. So I'll let you guys enjoy this part of the video, and we'll come back to when we are at the box to actually pick a passive or whatever. Alright guys, we are coming up on the box here where we do get to select a buff right there. And as you guys can see, it's going to cost 20 currency. But you will see right there, my resistance goes from 0% guys to 40%. Now I think it's the first 3 levels of that buff that you get will be a really substantial amount of substats that you get. And so that's definitely something that you want to take. Now if you guys saw earlier, I did get Red Gother and I did also get the basic stat melee backland. So obviously knowing, again, like as I mentioned earlier guys, knowing characters, kits, and what they provide for the team is going to be really strong. And now we're actually moving into the boss here. Yeah, so the reason why I picked melee for the backlands because he gives, what is it, I think it's 20% basic stats per oh no, if you have 2 cards or less, right? Yeah. So if you have 2 cards or less, you get the 20% basic stats. If you don't have 2 cards or less, you have more cards, then you won't get these stats. So right there, my Droll did not get these stats. And so because I did get another top deck on him, right? But I decided there that we would go for the Petrify on the side, guys, right there. This is technically the first boss of the floor 1, guys. And honestly, I think the boss was not that bad. I mean, in terms of the fight here, like you pretty much just go through and you're kind of just dealing damage, waiting until you get an ultimate. Once you get an ultimate, it's gonna be kind of a breeze, kind of going through the fight there, man. But yeah, I mean, I started wasting a bunch of Gother cards, and Gother starts hitting really hard, because he does have that Meliodas basic stat buff. Look at that, the double AoE right there almost killed the guy on the right, but we follow up with Jericho. We do get the kill on the guy on the right. And then, yeah, right here, the Gila and the Jericho started attacking into our Jericho as well. And then, yeah, I mean, we're gonna attack back the Gila, and then, yeah, we're gonna focus on the Jericho after that, right? So pretty much you just kill the side guys first and then focus down the Jericho. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. If you have a character like Red Gother and you can just spam AoEs, I mean, that's going to be obviously very strong in terms of dealing damage. And I think the ultimate here with Gother is actually what finished off this part of the fight, guys, and that's how I was actually able to move on. So yeah, I mean, very simple, at least through the first floor, or first like labyrinth like section, right? It's not that bad, guys, in terms of how going through it. So yeah, man, we dropped the ultimate with Gother right there. Boom, you do get the kill. And that is the floor 1 of the labyrinth right there. Not bad at all. And it's all just about kind of just knowing what characters do, guys. As long as you know what characters do and you have kind of an idea of like their passes and all that, then I think you guys should be completely fine, man. So we'll come back again, guys, till we have something important. But that's going to be floor 1 of the labyrinth right there. Now moving into the floor 2 here. Alright guys, so we are back here on this specific fight in the Labyrinth Tower, man. Now this one is going to be a very difficult fight, especially since it's early on here, guys. But it's pretty much the dragon from the final like floors of the Labyrinth from the previous seasons, and you actually have to fight him early on now. Now, in terms of the damage that we deal, we do a lot. But the amount of damage he does on his ultimate is going to be a little crazy, guys. And even the single target that he does there against Jericho does a lot. But obviously, you know, my RNG is that he gets his ultimate instantly. And I have no attacking cards because I kept top decking Jericho heal cards. And you actually cannot heal on this fight as well. So that becomes an issue. Yeah, it's just a little bit difficult this fight, guys. Because I literally lost my whole team there. You guys saw everyone gets ulted. I completely died there. But I actually still pull this match back with the Meliodas backline because I actually I top deck his ultimate. You know, if I did not get his ultimate here on this top deck, I actually would have just lost the whole Labyrinth right there, guys. So yeah, be wary of this fight right here. It's about the middle of floor 2. Just make sure that you have, like, you know, really hard hitting characters, and if you have like gauge reduction, I think that could be very clutch too, because obviously would have saved my entire team right there, you know, if I had gauge reduction, but unfortunately we just weren't able to get it there, man. But yeah, we are coming up on the final boss here, so I will just keep talking here instead of skipping over, guys. Yeah, because we are literally just on a bunch of like character picking and pretty much like making our team back to life, pretty much, right? Right here I was like, okay, we're gonna reset since we didn't have anything crazy. And I did get Green Arthur. I was thinking to get Elihawk there because of the female passive I had, but I was like, okay, at the end of the day, Green Arthur is going to be a little bit better. And I was like, okay, we can swap out Red Gother since he's kind of done his job at this point. And so we do get Green Arthur right there, guys. And then right here, we do have another buff that we could get, but I decided we got to take a character select. Now, I was originally going to take Easton or Green Molassula, but then at the last moment, I was like, okay, I think Merlin might actually be clutch because I have Mono that has AoE weak point, right? So if we can kind of combo Mono, you know, with the seal that Merlin does whenever she does double attack, I was like, okay, that's gonna be like a pretty nice, you know, combo in terms of dealing damage. So I was like, okay, we get that. So right there, I actually did prioritize the character over getting the like HP buff there, guys, and I definitely would have got that if I did not lose my whole team. But unfortunately, you know, that fight before we did like have to lose our team. But yeah, we go on the right path here, guys, taking the buffs right there. And then, yeah, we go straight into the final boss here. So, depending on, like, you know, how bad the fight goes for you, you might not be able to revive your whole team like I did. And I got kind of lucky too, right? You know, in terms of, like, getting decent characters, being able to swap them out and making the run still, you know, a doable run. So, yeah, we are hopping into the floor 2 final bosses here, guys, the Giants. And the way these guys work is that they have revive. So they have ultimate Eskin or revive. The moment you kill them, they revive. And the way the revive works is that whenever they use a skill, they lose a revive buff. And whenever you attack them, they're also going to lose a revive buff as well. So, you know, going through the fight, you kind of have to be quick. I think the way you can only debuff the left one, by the way. The right one is technically the boss. The left one you can actually debuff. So that's how I was able to weak point the left one. But the right boss, the right giant lady, I was not able to debuff her, right? So it was going to be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, right there, guys. So we do get attacked. We're not taking like too much damage because Green Arthur obviously giving us the damage reduction. I don't think I lost any characters in this fight. I think the main issue with the fight was just like how long it took. It was a little bit longer than the other fights in the Labyrinth, right? But yeah. Right there, we do the double attack with Merlin, and we actually do get the kill right there. So yeah, right there it says Berserker, guys. That is the revive. It's just like Ultimate Esnor. So if you've faced an Ultimate Esnor before, or you know how he works, it's literally whenever you attack into the revive, he loses one. You know, whenever they attack, they lose one. So right as she does that attack, she dies, right? And then now it's only the red giant right there. So now we just have to kill her. So yeah, I mean, not like a super difficult fight. Honestly, this Labyrinth, like from what like going through the entire fight was, it's actually very easy, guys, in terms of a Labyrinth and the way it is, right? I actually do think it is pretty easy. So yeah, there you guys go, man. That is pretty much the Labyrinth right there, floor 2. We will come back again, guys, on like another important part of the Labyrinth, but I wanted to kind of talk about that, you know, that dragon you fight, and then how I kind of brought the team back in that whole like bit, and then fighting obviously the second floor final boss. But yeah, he loses right there because he does do the attack with only 1 life. And that is the floor 2, guys. So I'll let you guys enjoy a little bit rest of the clip here, and then we'll come back when we are on the final boss, or like when we're on like another important part of the Labyrinth here, and I'll explain what whatever happens there. So we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so we are back here around the end of floor 3 of the Labyrinth here. Nothing too crazy kind of happened in between, guys. We did lose Merlin right there, but right here is where we actually do replace her. We did get Green Freya as an option for a character pick, and I was like, okay, you know, she's another female, and we're kind of at the point where Summer Merlin's viability kind of ran out, right? But yeah, right here, guys, we do get a character select, and we get Hell. And now Hell is obviously a really good character, and we had to take her, right? We definitely had to take her. Also, I kind of was thinking of the synergy, like Hell with Mono, right? Especially on like the depths, we can actually use them as a combo when I do the double attack, and yeah, we can actually use the weak point with Mono, kind of the way we were doing Summer Merlin, right, guys? So that was kind of the idea right there, the reason why we picked Hell and then Freya. But yeah, we are moving into the final boss of floor 3 of the Labyrinth, guys, and after this is just the depths left, right? So nothing too crazy. And yeah, I think this Labyrinth was actually one of the easiest ones I think we've ever had. Honestly, like, this was a first attempt I did, and I had like no issues really going through this entire Labyrinth run, man. We obviously had that one fight against the dragon, but I mean, other than that, I mean, nothing really crazy like happened that ruined the run. You know, other than that, we were kind of fine. And so yeah, right here, guys, the final boss is a final boss Elaine, and yeah, she's not too difficult. I think Hell is a really good cheese for her because Hell's Source of Pains actually do proc when she's attacking onto us, right? And when she does an AoE, that means she's gonna lose a lot of HP because of those Source of Pains. So like, Hell was a really good character I actually got around the end here, and definitely clutched up the team and made it a lot better. So like, depending on like whatever character you guys get around the end, man, will definitely determine your team. But I think, you know, going with a full female based team, I think is going to be really strong too. I think one of the passives I got throughout the Labyrinth also was a female buffing passive too. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a lot easier, I'd say, when you get like a full female team going. I think they definitely do really well. And yeah, guys, I mean, it's a pretty easy Labyrinth, man. It's nothing too crazy. So that is the final floor right there of the Labyrinth, guys, and the final boss. Now we're pretty much moving into the depths here, and I'll give you guys like a little brief explanation of how I went about the depths. But it was very easy. I think I only had one issue through the depths here, and it was with like the Guild Thunder fight. But you guys will see it when I get to it. But I have the rest of the depths here on ×2, so you guys can watch through that and see how I went about that fight. But yeah, guys, I mean, that is pretty much the Labyrinth Season 9 right there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of the Labyrinth, and if this was a helpful video. Like, comment, subscribe as always, guys. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be the depths right here, so I'll let you guys enjoy this clip. Again, the only issue I had was against the Guild Thunder. So once you guys see the Guild Thunder clip, you'll know why. I think he just he was just doing a ton of damage, and for no reason he started patiencing like crazy. So that was the only time I had issues in the depths. Other than that, maybe it was because I was debuffing him. I actually don't know. But yeah, it was the only time I had an issue. Other than that, guys, it was pretty easy. So there you guys go, man. That's going to be the Labyrinth guide right there. Hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video, man. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.